Justin Herbert came through for the Chargers in their big win against the Dolphins, 29-27, and yet again shaking off 3 people. Justin Herbert with another gritty win early in this season. Yeah, for the Chargers and Justin Herbert, another moment where he came through in this game, late in the game. For those who haven't seen the play, 2 Dolphins wrapped around him. He shakes them off and then throws it to Ladd on a quick drag route. Ladd catches it, juke move out of there, and a huge play to get the Chargers into field goal range. They were down 1 at the time, 27-26. So for Herbert to yet again come through, because he did this against the Broncos with that throw going left while his arm is getting hit. Beautiful dot. Herbert has been coming through late in these games for the Chargers, and really the entire game, really good game from Justin Herbert, especially when you consider, obviously we know the O-line problems, but I would stand to say the O-line played pretty well, run and pass, and I think this is kind of a game that you get Jim Harbaugh for. Yes, the Dolphins are bad at stopping the run, but without Joe Alton, we all know that the Chargers O-line has been very bad this year. At least for one game, they buck up. They show that they're more physical than the Dolphins, even with backups, and that was huge, and I think that was a big determining factor, other than they had the better quarterback on the field, and Herbert was looking really good. I mean, just extremely accurate the entire game. One time they showed the stat, 8 different people had a catch. 24 passes to 8 different people, just throwing it to anybody out there, whoever is open. And we've seen Herbert do this throughout his career. We have games like this, people out. Quentin Johnson this game. So he was Ladd, huge game. Keenan actually, I think, was dropping some passes early, but then Keenan got involved. He had this tight end, Gadsden, looking tough. Random dude I've never heard of. But he had him with 7 catches, 68 yards as well, and he was making just cool. I don't think he made any big plays, but just keep the chains moving. I'm talking about Gadsden specifically, and that just kept him in rhythm in the entire game. They just kept scoring. So that was huge, and obviously at the end of the game, when you avoid those sacks, no turnovers as well, but when you avoid those sacks and you make that clutch play, that is why Herbert still kind of is in MVP camp. I mean, they're 4-2, right? And they beat the Chiefs. So it's still definitely in there for Herbert to have a chance to be that MVP of the league. This guy, Kimani Vidal. I said his name right. Let's go. He was going off. I'm mad. I think a lot of people were mad because with the Chargers, we thought that it was going to be Haskins who would be the guy. Wrong. It's Vidal for some reason. Annoying. But he turned out to be that guy. And Vidal was going crazy. 124 rushing yards on 18 carries. Big game for him. And that was huge because they had A-Chain on the other end going in. We'll get into that. But there was, the Dolphins had the worst run defense in the league. And despite the fact you're obviously missing Amarian Hampton right now, and Najee Harris out for the year, you're down to your 3rd and 4th string running back. One of them had F-Pop, and Haskins doesn't have it. And Vidal is fast. He was making catches out of the backfield too. So it's obviously still the Dolphins, right? Like, their run defense, I'm going to keep saying it, is awful. So we'll see if you can do that to a halfway decent team running the football. But for Vidal to be able to do that was huge. I mean, just the speed in the hole was crazy. And that's something that, honestly, I think Hampton was the only guy who gave him that so far this year. Najee really more of a bruiser. So that was impressive. And the defense made plays early. They got those 2 interceptions, right? They forced turnovers, and they had, the pick. No. But I can't say that a pick 10 in the game because it was going to be like a weird Hail Mary. But good pick, Derwin. You read it. But toward most of the game, specifically that second half of the game, I believe they had 14 points. Not great from the defense and not really the unit that we saw on the first couple of games of the season so far this year. A-Chain was running all over him, 128. He had a couple big runs. He was going crazy. You had Tua had a clutch up on you with 14 unanswered points. I mean, they stop Herbert one time and the offense goes crazy like that. Not a great sign. So defensively, definitely something they got to pick back up and get back to that level that they were on. But this game specifically, not what you wanted to see. I mean, Tua, he wasn't great, but he kind of got to those points where he was able to cook him a little bit and eat him up. God, you guys didn't hear that. But yeah, I think for the Chargers right now, let's look at their schedule. We're gonna schedule watch the Chargers because honestly, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I think if the Dolphins had a better D-line, they would have lost this game. But you gotta win that game regardless. And what we saw from the defense now, they let up 27 to the Commanders last week, and again 27 this week to the Dolphins. And next week, Sunday, 4 p.m., you get the Colts, and their number either 1 or 2 at this point offense in the league. Jonathan Taylor, Danny Dimes. That's going to be an interesting game. They average 30 points a game, and I haven't really seen anyone stop them. I mean, the Rams held them down, but the Rams they're 4th in the league in sacks, and they get a lot of pressure. So, and the Chargers right now don't quite do that. So that's going to be interesting, man. This is a big game for the Chargers. Specifically, you're trying to stay ahead of the Chiefs. And after this, you get the Vikings. That's an okay team. Titans. That's some interesting games. Steelers, Jags. Those are good teams right now. I mean, for the Chargers all ahead of them, and I think this Colts game, this is going to be tough. You got no O-line. We know that. You need Quentin Johnston back if you can get him. And Vidal might have given you something. But the defense right now, becoming a concern. And it's yet again, we know what it is. Somehow we're at this point. But yet again, it is all on Justin Herbert going forward. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please watch some of the other videos on the site. I've created a playlist with each and every football team, and every week we will be going over those games. I'm really loving this, enjoying it, and hoping you guys are as well. Of course, like, subscribe, and if anyone wants to sponsor, we're looking for Lumia Sports Productions is looking for sponsors. Shout us out. We will shout you out during the video. Thank you guys again for watching. Have a great day. Enjoy.